Yeah, children, back to the class. Yeah. So I was telling you that if we have to prove that angle 1, let's come from the beginning. Maybe you've forgotten what we were discussing. Two lines are intersected by a transversal. Okay, two lines, sorry. See, going to the next topic. So here we have two intersecting lines, correct? We have two lines that intersect at a point. Four angles are formed. Okay, let me number the angles. This is angle 1, angle 2, angle 3, angle 4. And we have to prove that angle 1 is equal to angle 3, angle 2 is equal to angle 4. Correct? Now we know that angle 1 plus angle 2 is 180. Angle 2 plus angle 3 is 180. Angle 3 plus angle 4 is 180. Enough to write any 3 out of 4. Angle 4 plus 1 is also, angle 4 plus angle 1 is also 180, but we'll write any 3 of the 4. Now I said, to show that angle 1 is equal to angle 3, take one equation that has angle 1, take another equation that has angle 3. Now we have the remaining angle in the two equations. They must be equal. So if you take this angle and this angle, I'm sorry, this equation and this equation has angle 1. This equation has angle 3. And the remaining two angles of the two equations, they're equal. So to prove that 1 is equal to 3, we will write angle 1 plus angle 2 is 180. You will use angle 1 plus angle 2 is 180 and angle 2 plus angle 3 is equal to 180. I'll tell you how to prove. Now, what are you doing, Avnish? What are you doing? It's on the board. Now, to prove that angle 2 plus, to prove that angle 2 is equal to angle 4, we'll take this angle, we'll take this equation because it has angle 2. We'll take this equation because it has angle 4. And you can see the remaining two angles, they're equal. Do you understand that, Danvin? No, okay, one more. You understood? Yeah, no problem. I'll just finish this one. See, children, okay, so you know these equations. So is this correct, Danvin? Now I'm going to take these two equations to prove that angle 1 is equal to angle 3. Why? Because in the first equation, I have angle 1. In the second equation, I have angle 3. So using these two equations, I will be able to show that angle 1 is equal to angle 3. Now, see the remaining two angles, they should be the same. Okay, now to show that 2 is equal to 4, I will write angle 2 plus angle 3 is equal to 180. Angle 3 plus angle 4 is equal to 180. I'll write these two because I have angle 2 here and angle 4 here. And the remaining two angles are equal. Okay. Okay. Now I'll tell you how to work. Okay. So now we are going to write angle 1 plus angle 2 is equal to 180. Then you can even write angle 3 plus angle 2 is equal to 180. Angle 3 plus angle 2 is equal to 180. So you can see you have angle 1 and angle 3 and the remaining two angles are equal. Now what you do? Now, okay, so you understood that you should take these two equations. Now I'll write this here. Angle 3 plus angle 2 is equal to 180. I'll write it here. Okay. Now see here. Now what is angle 1? 180 minus angle 2. What is angle 3 from this one? From the second, 180 minus angle 2. So angle 1 is 180 minus angle 2. Angle 3 is also 180 minus angle 2. That means angle 1 is equal to angle 3 because both of it is equal to 180 minus angle 2. Okay. Dhanvan, tell me here. 2 plus what is 180? 2 plus Angle 2 plus angle 3 is 180, right? Okay. Now you have to show that 2 is equal to 4. So you have taken 2 here. Now take 4. 4 plus what is 180? 4 plus 3 is equal to 180. 4 plus 3 is equal to 180. Now you can see you have 2 and 4 and these two angles are equal. So now nothing. See, I'm just saying, write this equation slightly below. Write this equation slightly below. What you said, I'm just writing here. Now from this equation, what is angle 2? Because you want to prove that 2 is equal to 4, no? So what is 2 from this one? Angle 2 is equal to what? 180 minus angle 3. Take this one here. No. What is your doubt? You understand? And now from here, what is angle 4? 180 minus angle 3. So angle 2 is 180 minus angle 3. Angle 4 is also 180 minus angle 3. Both of them are 180 minus angle 3. That means 2 is equal to 4. That means angle 2 is equal to angle 4. That's the proof I have worked here for you. Okay. Now those two questions and this one proof, I'll make you all work at the end of the class. So 8:45, I'll stop teaching. Then 2 questions and this proof you have to do. Yeah. Sorry? 8:40 itself. Okay. 8:30 itself. Okay, fine. You've got something to eat? Then what do you want me to do? How can I help you? Why you didn't eat? From where do you come? Directly from a different class you've come here? Yeah. Yeah. Don't come like that. Then you cannot focus. If you're hungry, you can't focus. Yeah, children. Now answer this question. Now, children, look at this. What is the measure of angle 1? Then how much is angle 3? 30. Why? Vertically opposite angles are equal. Then how much is angle 2? 150. 180 minus 30. 150. Then supposing they marked angle 4 here, how much is angle 4? 150. What is given then when angle 1 is how much? Okay, so if angle 1 is 30, how much is angle 2? Angle 1 and 2, see, they stand on a straight line. See, this is a straight line. And 180 minus 30. Because when two angles stand on a straight line, when two or more than two angles also, if they stand on a straight line, the sum of all those angles will be 180. So this will be 150. Correct? And vertically opposite 30. So the question is find angle 2 and 3. You found it. Give an example for vertically opposite angles in your surroundings. Fan. No, not this fan. With 4 wings. With 4 wings. Ah, yeah, that one. But it is, but it's not also. There's that round thing which is coming in the middle. Okay, it is kind of. Yeah, these two bars. These two. This vertical and horizontal bar. Which one? Yeah, okay, that one also, correct. Yeah, okay. Correct. Or the letter X in the English alphabet. Why no? X I said. X. Capital letter X. All it. Ah, the bars there. Correct. Yeah. Very good. We have 15 more minutes. Okay. So last class we were talking about. Last class we spoke about transversal, two lines intersected by a transversal, 8 angles formed around the transversal, alternate angles, alternate interior, alternate exterior, corresponding angles, co-interior, co-exterior. All right. Yeah. So if you listen to me carefully, we can wind up this discussion in 10 minutes. If you listen carefully, we can wind it up in 10 minutes. Otherwise, I have to keep talking till you understand. I can keep going. Yeah. So see, that's all. The introduction to this chapter will be over, and then you can have fun working sums. That's all. All right. Now, consider these two situations. A transversal can intersect two non-parallel lines, like in the yellow figure. In the yellow figure, M and N are not parallel lines. They're like this. So if you produce, they'll meet. M and N are not parallel lines because they're like this. If you produce them, they'll meet somewhere. On the other side, if you produce, they'll not meet. It's a line. It's a line, so you can produce it. They'll meet. Parallel lines will not meet. Parallel lines, even if you produce them, see if you produce them, they'll go on their own path. They'll not meet. They'll keep going in their own path. They'll not meet. Yeah, correct. Correct. So when two lines, whether the lines are parallel or not parallel, that's okay. When two lines, whether parallel lines or non-parallel lines, are intersected by a transversal, 8 angles are formed around the transversal. Okay. Now I'll not, talk. If I start talking about those 8 angles, then I'll keep going and I'll not end it. So you know that. I'll share all the presentations. I'll tell you. I'll give you more instructions at the end of the class. Oh yeah, you already finished writing. Right. You already finished it. That's good. Yes, children. Yes, children. Okay. So 8 angles are formed around the transversal. Very good. Okay. So now you are aware about the different types of angles, corresponding, alternate, and all. Now, yeah. Now the thing is, what is the difference? When the two lines are parallel, when the two lines are not parallel, what is the difference? When the lines are not parallel, alternate angles are formed. See, alternate angles, corresponding angles, co-interior angles, all are formed. But when the lines are parallel, alternate angles will be equal. When the lines are not parallel, they're alternate angles, but they're not equal. That's the difference. I'm telling you the difference between alternate angles formed when the lines are not parallel and parallel. When the lines are அது வெறும் பொசிஷன் தானே அது நான் திருப்பி நம்ம பார்த்தா புரிஞ்சுக்கலாம் நம்ம டிஃபரன்ஸ் ஃபர்ஸ்ட் புரிஞ்சுக்கலாம் என்ன டிஃபரன்ஸ் when the two lines are not parallel there are alternate angles formed but they'll not be equal when the lines are parallel The alternate angles formed are equal. Again, corresponding angles. When the lines are not parallel, there are corresponding angles, but they'll not be equal. But when the lines are parallel, corresponding angles are equal. When the lines are not parallel, you can identify allied angles or co-interior angles, co-exterior angles you can identify, but they'll not be supplementary. When the lines are parallel, allied angles are supplementary. These are the three things you should remember. Not parallel, parallel. Not parallel, there are alternate angles, there are angles, but they are not equal. When the lines are parallel, there are alternate angles, there are corresponding angles, and they are equal. When the lines are not parallel, allied angles, co-interior and co-exterior angles, they are there, but they are not supplementary. They don't add up to 180. Nothing. They'll be less than 180 or more than 180. There's some. It will not be. See, I can't say that. Their sum will not be equal to 180 degrees. Their sum will either be less than 180 degrees or more than 180 degrees, but not equal to 180 degrees. When the lines are not parallel, you can call two angles as allied angles, no? Two angles as co-exterior angles. They will not be supplementary. That means they'll not add up to 180 if they are not parallel. If they are parallel, the allied angles and the co-exterior angles, they'll add up to 180. They'll be exactly 180 degrees. One angle plus the other angle will be 180 when the lines are parallel. So listen to this. To sum up, when two lines, that is, they're not parallel. When two non-parallel lines are intersected by a transversal, when two non-parallel lines are intersected by a transversal, corresponding angles are formed, alternate interior angles are formed, alternate exterior angles are formed, co-interior angles are formed, co-exterior angles are formed. But there is no relation, there is no other relation between them. Like corresponding angles are not equal, alternate angles are not equal. Co-interior and co-exterior angles are not supplementary. They will not add up to 180 when the lines are not parallel. When the lines are parallel and are intersected by a transversal, corresponding angles formed are equal. Alternate interior and alternate exterior angles formed are equal. Co-interior angles will add up to 180 degrees. Co-exterior angles also will add up to 180 degrees. That is the difference. Okay. Now you understand. Now you know the positions. You can go home and check. If you have forgotten the positions of corresponding alternate allied angles, you can go home, use your book and recall. Now see here. Now these are two parallel lines. I'm marking it like this. These are two parallel lines. All right. Now this angle, say is 70 degrees. Okay. Now co-exterior angles. Co-exterior angles. Now this angle and this angle and this angle are co-exterior angles. What are co-exterior angles? They must be on the same side of the transversal and both should be exterior angles. Co-exterior angles are, both of them should be on the same side of the transversal and both of them should be exterior angle. That's why co-exterior. That means both must be exterior. So this one is an exterior angle, this one is an exterior angle. They are co-exterior angles on same side. If this is 70 degrees, because the lines are parallel, this angle plus this angle will be 180. So if this is 70, this will be 110. Because the lines are parallel, it will be given. When it's given that the lines are parallel, co-exterior angles will be supplementary. So if one angle is 70 degrees, the other one will be 180 minus 70, 110. Supposing the lines are not parallel. It's given 70 here. This one you can't find. You cannot find it. When the lines are not parallel, they are still co-exterior angles. See, they are still co-exterior angles. Not that the lines are not parallel, so they are not co-exterior angles. They are co-exterior angles, but they are not supplementary. They will not add up to 180. Their sum will be either less than 180 degrees or more than 180 degrees. It will not be equal to 180 degrees. So you cannot find this angle and this angle are co-exterior angles. They are, but they are not supplementary. So if this is 70, this is not 110. But in this figure, if this is 70, this is 110. Similarly, parallel lines, transversal, interior angle, co-interior angle, because same side of the transversal. All right, same side of the transversal, co-interior angles. Correct? Harini forgot co-interior angles. Same side of the transversal, and both of them should be interior angles. Now, if the lines are parallel, okay, if the lines are parallel, if this is 120 degrees, 60. Co-interior angles are supplementary when the lines are parallel. So this will be 60 degrees. Because they are supplementary, they'll add up to 180. But supposing the lines are not parallel, they're not parallel. This is 120 degrees, suppose. Now, this one and this one, they are co-interior angles. Still, they are co-interior angles. But they are not supplementary. So if this is 120, you can't find this one. You don't know how much, you can't find it. That's the difference. Again, when the lines are parallel, listen carefully. That's all. We finished the chapter. In my sums work பண்ண அவ்வளவுதான் chapter இருக்கு. If when the lines are parallel lines இது. இப்ப நான் suppose இந்த angle கொடுக்கிறேன். This angle is 60 degrees. Now they're asking you to find this one x. Now what are alternate interior angles? Alternate interior angles are interior angles. They lie on either sides of the transversal and they'll have different vertices. They'll have different vertices. So see here, this angle and this angle. Are they interior angles first? Yes. See, எல்லாமே அந்த வேர்ட்ஸ்லயே இருக்கு. Alternate interior angles. அந்த வேர்ட்ஸ் புரிஞ்சினாலே உங்களுக்கு எங்க இருக்குன்னு கண்டுபிடிச்சிடலாம். Alternate interior angle. Alternateனா on either sides of the transversal. Interior. On either sides of the transversal இருக்கணும். அப்புறம் ரெண்டும் interior angle இருக்கணும். அப்படின்னா இதுதானே. This one and this one. Then this one and this one. வேற ஒண்ணும் இல்லையே. Because they should be interior and they should lie on either sides of the transversal. That's all. From the name you can make out. Which one? One. I have not finished. Okay, so now this one and this one, they are alternate interior angles. If the lines are parallel, if this is 60, this is also 60 degrees. They'll be equal. Everything is not supplementary. Don't think everything is supplementary. Co-interior and co-exterior will add up to 180. The others are equal. Alternate angles and corresponding angles are equal. No. Yeah, if it is 90, there'll be one. They'll add up to 180. Otherwise, no. No. See, I'll tell you one thing. When you solve numericals, all your doubts will be, you will clarify your doubts yourself. Now you just try to understand what I am trying to deliver. Don't think beyond that. Because your doubts are normal, but all that you will have answers yourself when you start working sums. With just this introduction, I cannot clarify everything for you. And even if I try to do that, no, it will not satisfy, meaning you will still not be satisfied. We'll wait. We work sums. Still, if you have a question, you can ask me. Now, alternate angles are equal. Is that understood, children? Parallel lines, transversal. Supposing this angle is 120 degrees. What are corresponding angles? They will lie on the same side of the transversal. One will be an interior angle, one will be an exterior angle. They should have different vertices always. They'll have different vertices. Corresponding angles, all these angles we spoke about, corresponding angles, alternate angles, co-interior, co-exterior, all of them will have different vertices. Vertex of the angle will be different. Okay. Now, what are corresponding angles? They lie on the same side of the transversal. One interior, one exterior. Now, is this interior or exterior? So this is an interior angle. It should be on the same side. No, you should not take this one because they'll have the same vertex. You should not say this one is exterior, so I'm taking this one. This is interior. It is interior. They are linear pair. Yeah, that forms a linear pair. Now you cannot take this one and this one as corresponding angles because they have the same vertex. They should have different vertices. So that's all. I'm about to finish. So if this is 120 degrees, okay. So this one and this one, they are corresponding angles, correct? Now, if this is 120, this is also 120. Why? Because the lines are parallel. So corresponding angles are equal. If the lines are not parallel, then these two are corresponding angles. This one and this one, they are corresponding, but they're not equal. They'll not be equal and you can't find them also. That's what it is. Okay. Now, one very important and last thing for today's discussion is, what is the shape of corresponding angles, alternate angles, and co-interior angles? Alternate angles will have a Z shape. Z-shaped angles are, I'll show you. Z-shaped angles are alternate angles. If angles are in the shape of an F, they are corresponding angles. And allied angles will be like C, like this C, like this. Or it will be, see, think of the letter C and rotate it. C வந்து U ஆகும், அப்புறம் இப்படி வரும், இப்படி எப்படி வேணாலும் போலாம். You think of the letter C. You think of the letter C and you turn it. You turn it through 360 degrees. எப்படிலாம் மாறிண்டே வரும். அது எல்லாமே see here and here. This one, this angle and this angle. They are allied angles. These two are parallel lines and this one is a transversal. No. Yeah, for parallel lines. Yes, it should be. 1 minute, not like this. See, it can be like this also. 1 minute. It need not be perfect in the sense. See, எப்படி கூட இருக்கலாம். This one and this one. The lines must be parallel. This one should be parallel to this one. And this is a transversal. So these are allied angles. This is what you asked me, right? Yeah, not that it should be like this. It can be like this also. Definition, see here. Parallel lines, transversal. This is kind of a C, right? So this angle and this angle are allied angles. Allied angles. Co-interior angles. It அப்படியே rotate பண்ணா, maybe it looks like this, no? இப்படி இருக்கும்ல rotate பண்ணா. Now don't say you said C. It is looking like you now. You turn C. So whatever shape it looks like, in all those figures you can find allied angles here and here. These two lines must be parallel. And this is a transversal. These two are allied angles. All right. Now, angles in the shape of an F. So supposing we have parallel line. Here and here are. So this is a kind of an F, right? See, this is the transversal. This is like something like an F, right? This angle and this angle are corresponding angles. Or it can be like this also, F like this. This angle and this angle are corresponding angles. And alternate angles will lie in a Z. See here and here are alternate angles. This line is parallel to this line and this is the transversal. So this angle and this angle are alternate angles. It look like an N, it look like this. So this angle and this angle. All right. So just have a look at this. See the position angle 1 and 5, corresponding angles, but they're not equal because you can see the lines are not parallel. It's like this and like this. Okay, arrow is also not there. Okay, this arrow is not there. That's one thing. And you can make out now that the lines are not parallel. So 1 and 5, they are corresponding angles, but they're not equal. See, but look at the positions. 1 and 5, corresponding angles. 3 and 7, corresponding. 2 and 6, 4 and 8, positions. Alternate angles, positions. Yeah, opposite sides. Yes. So however you can understand that. Okay. Harini, 1 and 2. The question is name the pairs of angles in each figure. You don't have to equal na சொல்ல வேண்டாம். என்ன angles corresponding alternate அவ்வளவுதான். Name the pairs of angles in each figure. Harini, 1 and 2, they are corresponding angles. Anirudh, 3 and 4. Oh, turn the figure and see. அப்படியே turn பண்ணு. Turn it like, just rotate the figure like this. So it will become like this, no? Okay, 1 minute, 1 minute. See here. See here. Can you see line, transversal line? Can you see that? There's a line, transversal line. So, yeah. Alternate interior angles. No, just see here. I'll just trace the shape. Okay. Can you see a line here? Can you see a line here? Then the transversal and a line here. I can understand it's alternate. You can understand. Yeah. So 3 and 4 are alternate angles because you can see a Z shape formed here, formed between the angles. See it? Ah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. See it? There's a line here like this, then transversal line. So it's a kind of a Z. Like this. Alternate angles. Then 5 and 6. Co-interior angles. Co-interior angles. What about 7 and 8? Corresponding angles. Corresponding angles. See, you can make out an F. 1 minute. Let's make out the F. 1 minute. Because the lines are not parallel, you know, the F is like this. Because the lines are not parallel. See here. This angle and this angle. Corresponding angles. Linear pair. 11 and 12, linear pair. Okay, 1 minute. Let's just understand using this figure, children. Using this figure, let us understand. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, Anirudh, your doubts will be cleared now. It's a very reasonable doubt what you have. 1 minute, Anirudh. இப்ப சொல்லு Anirudh. 2 line இருக்கா? M and N are 2 lines intersected by a transversal T, correct? M and N are 2 lines intersected by a transversal T. Now, don't say you didn't put arrows and all that. Okay, all that is there, okay? All that is there. Arrows. Okay. M and N are 2 lines intersected by a transversal T. You can see 8 angles. Now, Anirudh, tell me, angle 1 and which angle are corresponding angles? Corresponding, na? It should be on the same side of the transversal. It should, okay. Corresponding angle should be on the same side of the transversal. That's one thing. Then one should be interior, one should be exterior. And they should have different vertices. 1 and 3 will form a linear pair. 1 and 5. Corresponding angle should lie on the same side of the transversal. So here it should lie above or below the transversal. Both the angles must be above the transversal or both the angles must be below the transversal. 3 and 8 are corresponding. இங்க வந்து transversal இப்படி இருக்கிறதுனால above below. Transversal இப்படி இருந்தா right side left side. If the transversal is like this, then same side will be right side of the transversal, left side of the transversal. If the transversal is sleeping like this, then the same side will be above the transversal, below the transversal. So here, what are the angles above the transversal? Which are the angles above the transversal? 1, 2, 5, 6. Name the angles below the transversal. 3, 4, 8, 7. Okay, for corresponding angles, na? 1 and 5. Then 2 and 6. Then 3 and 8. 4 and 7. Harini, alternate interior angles. Yes, Anirudh. 5 and 7. No. Avanish. Kaise? 2 and 8, 4 and 5. Correct. Dhanvin, alternate exterior angles. Yeah. 1 and 7, 3 and 6. Correct. I want all of us to say. Harini. Okay, we'll do one thing. In the figure, just think about it. No, I think I'll forget it later. No, we'll finish it. 1 minute. Now you got it. Wait. Harini, you try. Tell me the corresponding angles. Both should be below or above, and then one should be interior, one should be exterior. They should not have the same vertex. And the line is key angles. 3, 4, 8, 7. If in the 3, 4, 8, 7, what is interior angle? Okay. If or exterior angle, 2 அந்த பக்கம்னா இருக்கு. 1 or 3. ஒரே சைடுல இருக்கணும். கீழேயே சொல்லு. 3, 4, 8, 7 இருக்குல்ல. If you take 8 is an interior angle. 3. Correct. Then for 7, corresponding angle for 7, 4. Then above the transversal. For 6, which is the corresponding angle? 2. For 5, 1. Corresponding na interior. Corresponding will be one exterior, one interior. Yeah? Okay. Anil, try alternate interior angles. Alternate na on either sides. 2 and 8. Very good. Alternate exterior angles, Avanish. 6 and? Very good. Very good. Then when allied angles, co-interior angles. Co-interior, yes. No, I'm sure. That forms a linear pair. Is 3 an interior angle? Okay, name all the interior angles here. 2, 4, 8, 5. 2, 4, 8, 5 are interior angles. Which are the exterior angles? 1, 3, 6, 7. Okay, now look at the interior angles. Tell me the co-interior angles. Interior angles, the co-interior angles. Now, one side la irukano. 2 and 5. Avladhaan. Aprom? See, one side la irukano. Both should be interior. 4 and 8. No, everything is in the name. Co-interior. Co-interior means both of them should be interior and on the same side. Let him try. Yeah. And both you say. I think you got it. All of us got it. Don't go home with doubts. Should be happy after attending a class for 2.5 hours. Huh? No, do you understand or no? Clear? Yeah, got it? All right. Yeah. So we are done with the introduction. So from next class, we can start solving the problems. R is parallel to. L is parallel to. Time for a test. Okay. I'll make it very simple then. I'll not give you those questions. One second, I'll pick it from.